Maybe we could talk about that. The etiquette. I was thinking about that last night. And it got me thinking about our games that I played. Because we played 3 games, 2 pigs, and Run Rajmi. And Max won 2 of them. 2 of the 3.
He's a pig. Well, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hi, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Kingmaking and Commander and how, if it's good or bad, and I don't know, the etiquette. I guess that's what one of our Patreons suggested that just to talk about it in general, and I mean we can talk about it. I think it's very important to talk about something like that because considering it can leave people in a bad mood. It can definitely just like, I don't know, just not rub people the right way. So I think that most of the the reason I think it's a good conversation. So let me start from the beginning. Aaron, what do you think about Kingmaking?
The beginning of Kingmaking or Kingmaking?
No, just Kingmaking in Commander. When you're playing in a game with 4 players.
You should start.
So could you explain to the audience what Kingmaking is?
I'm too much of a dad sometimes.
What?
Nothing.
Shut up.
Got a little thought in my head.
Oh my God. You're so stupid.
You said start from the beginning, and I was going to be like, well, in the beginning of time. But I'm here all day, guys. Yeah, Kingmaking. I don't...
Explain what Kingmaking is, so you're a lot better at explaining stuff.
I'll explain it best I can because I didn't know the actual term, and it was that, like, so say there's 4 of us.
I think Justin made it up, but I understand. I understand
why. I understand
what it is.
Yeah,
and I think everybody does.
Yeah, it's like say I'm losing, but
the board is losing. It's most of the time the board is. Well, yeah. If it's Kingmaking mostly happens when there's like 3 players.
Yeah, at least 3 or more.
That's the most popular
because he was saying like on your way out, because you know you're dying, you're going to do something to put someone else in the lead. So it's like, say I had a card that said destroy all permanents of 1 player, and I just hit it to 1 person, so the other person is like the king.
He's gonna auto win. So I think that's how Max won twice in a row last night, and then I played Rajmi, and I was like, no, we're not gonna do this. Like the first game, he played Omnath, and he played Psychic Vortex.
He actually plays that card.
Not Psychic Vortex. Something Vortex. It's an enchantment. When it comes in, it's a blue enchantment. When it comes in the battlefield, you have to sack a land. And during each player's upkeep, they have to sacrifice a land. When there's no lands on the battlefield, sacrifice the Vortex.
Okay.
So he plays that. Dude to my right, I don't know if I should say his name.
The first names are fine, I think.
Okay, so Tony, next to me, I think he had this disenchant because after the game was over, he said, oh, I've had it in my hand. I just didn't want, I didn't know what to exactly do in the situation. I could have got rid of it a long time ago, but your collector's oomph was just hurting me because I had artifacts. I'm like, but the Vortex went around like 3 times. No, 4 times, because he got hit with the 4th one. He was on my right, and then Max was on his right, so it got to him. Then he disenchant, and then he still sacked the land. But what I'm trying to say is that he had an opportunity to kill that fucking card, and so did Bill.
Did he say how long? Did either of them say how long ago they had a chance to do it?
No. Bill had Bill had a bigger chance, and I said we got to get rid of that vortex. We got to get rid of that vortex.
I get that. I'm not meaning to cut you off just so I can understand.
I don't know. He just said he could have got rid of it a while back.
Oh, well, that's the answer to my question. Yeah.
So it annoyed me when he said that because
that would annoy me too.
He's kinging Max because Max had the sword of Animus or something like that. Anima,
the one that searches for a land when it attacks. Yeah.
So he's like basically attacking. Nobody wants to kill his world shaper because he has land in the graveyard. And then the vortex would just basically he had like 6 or 7 land in the graveyard. If you killed his world shaper, then all his land from the graveyard would come back.
Who's world shaper?
Max had a world shaper equipped with that sword. So he would attack mill 2 or mill 3. He'll hit land, go search for land, put it in a play tap. Yeah. Next turn come around, he'll sack that land that he just searched for, still have the same amount of lands. And me and the other guys, every single one of us, have only 2 to 3 lands. By the end of the vortex is dying, I think I had 1 land.
Okay.
So, and I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, why? I've been preaching. I was like, we got to get rid of that thing. I wasn't drawing anything. And everybody's just like worried about me because I got like a stacks. I got, I had to keep the collector oof alive.
Whose oof was this?
My oof.
Your oof, okay.
So I had to keep it alive because if I didn't keep it alive, I had to keep, and also the guy that plays 1 spell per turn. I get that it was stacks in the situation where I was playing the stacks, where I was limiting them to 1 spell per turn. They can't play artifacts. That's still decent to deal with. You know what I mean? That just slows the game down. But you got something that's literally killing your lands, your resources of how to play the fucking game. One's playing mono white, and the other one's black green. Bill Birthing Pod fucking searched 2 cards, and none of those cards were to destroy an enchantment. And I didn't understand why he didn't do that. I'm like, why didn't you fucking do that?
Was it hurting him? Was all this stuff?
Yeah, because at the end of it, he only had a Birds of Paradise and a Landware Elf.
Did he say...
He ended up sacking his Guy's Cradle.
Did he say why he didn't at all?
No, I think he was worried about my 1 land or 1 spell per turn. I don't get that. That's so that you're not at that point. These 2 players, it's not like I didn't want to get rid of it. I preached about getting rid of the card, the enchantment. These 2 guys did not try to get rid of the vortex when they had the power to get rid of it. And then and I was thinking in my head, I'm like, that is the dumbest fucking play. You give him the game. You're giving him the game. And I'm literally taking beats down because Max wants the collector oof gone, and he wants the guy that can only play spells 1 spell per turn gone. So he's hitting me with this 4/4. Literally got me down to 7 life. That's how many turns it was going by. It was pretty harsh.
This was during a CDH game?
Yeah. And I just don't understand that. Like, what are you going to do? I mean...
Why would you be... Okay, so...
Well, no, here's the thing. Say if Max did kill me. Now you have to deal with a vortex that's already pretty much eaten your lands. And you have nothing. You have nothing to win. You're getting, like... That's keening, or making somebody the king. So at this point, no one wants to spend the resources to get rid of the main problem that's fucking your lands. Just because you can only play 1 spell per turn and you can't play your artifact abilities.
Well, what I don't understand, and again, I'm not a CDH player, and I probably never will be, but and I don't want no one to think I'm bogging down on CDH because I'm not at all. I think it's got its merits. But if you're in that situation, or at least if I feel like if I was sitting there, why would you not get rid of the one thing that's preventing you to try and win hardcore when that's what you do in CDH?
Yeah. So they thought the collector Uth and that guy was a bigger threat than that vortex. That's why I didn't understand. I was just like,
how does a vortex not have a bigger, like, even
it's
a regular,
eating your lands, and your opponent is always benefiting. Like, he's not losing any lands because he's swinging in.
If I saw an oof in that, I'd go for the other thing over the oof all day, even in casual commander.
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand, because I was like, because no one was everybody else has lost bunch of lands. Other than Max, because Max didn't matter because he kept swinging with that guy, getting that land, feeding the vortex. And no one would get either rid of the sword or get rid of the goddamn vortex or the dude or path the dude. I wasn't drawing answers. That's why I was just like, okay, I wasn't getting anything. What?
I'm just so, after your full explanation of it, I'm just really dumbfounded. Like, it's no offense to either Tony or Bill, but it just honestly sounds like a very inexperienced play right there.
Well, yeah, that's why I didn't care that I was going to lose, right? It was just a bad decision to make one player. Like, again, when you're going to king somebody, you're not playing the game. And I think that's what Justin's mostly talking about. You're not playing the game to try to win yourself. You're like, okay, I'm going to try to survive. I don't really care that the threat, but I can deal with it, is popping off. I think I can find an answer, still beat him.
Well, I think this one, from what you're explaining, this situation sounds a tad different than Kingmaking, because it sounds like everyone's just playing their game like normal. No one's really fucked, except you three from that one enchantment.
Yeah, but
so why would they king make someone at such an X point in the game?
I don't understand. That's the thing. That's king making, because they're not dealing with the vortex. When they have the resources to deal with the vortex, Bill had all the resources to deal with it.
But did Bill have a reason to king make him though there at that point in the game? So what I'm saying,
I think they just want to get rid of my Collector Oof, or Bill wanted to get rid of my one spell per turn guy. I think
what it was just poor threat assessment and not king making, because
I just thought that whatchamacallit had. See, also another thing, those guys are creatures. They're gonna die. They're just gonna die eventually by beats. Like, you just got to keep beating. I'm gonna have to decide to either start fucking blocking, right? So that's the decision I have to make with the creatures. If they were enchantments and artifacts that were just limiting people to play, then I could see that's really fucking annoying. But most of the time, they are creatures with these abilities, which are super easy to kill in Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you just keep swinging at somebody, they're gonna eventually have to fucking break. I was taking it for the team, so that world, World Shaper, So World Shaper doesn't die.
Yeah.
Because if he died, Max was gonna get like fucking 10 or 7 fucking lands back. He was just gonna have a monster of lands. And then the vortex to him was just nothing, because he just feeds the vortex. Then he just pops off. So yeah,
I feel like it was inadvertently king making, like they were doing it without knowingly. Even
I just don't see it. I don't get it.
Well, because they're not dying. They're not like actively dying. Like, to me, king making is like in a turn or two, you're out the door and you know it. Like, you're just out the door, and then you put this dude on a pedestal to be like, you know what? I haven't liked how Alex and Max has treated me this game, or something like that.
Yeah, that's
so true. I'm going to make this dude, and that's where I think it's kind of wrong, and that's where I think king making happens most of the time. Because how many times have we've all done it? Oh, you know what? Cameron hasn't fucked with me. I'm gonna do you a favor, buddy, on my way out, because you know you're done.
Yeah,
you got no hand except for one spell or whatever like that. So that's what I think more king making is. I think them inadvertently, like, casually built that up right there, because they were so worried about one person, but they see this is the one problem, because this dude is creating like an economy on what he want his deck to do, and he's doing it.
Yeah, he had if I didn't have the Collector Oof, he would have had a lot more going on.
So that's one.
He had a Mana Crypt, Arkansas in it, and
because he relies on those.
Coalition Relic. Yeah. So all those things, he was just basically were locked down and 4 lands. Mm-hmm. And when he just kept cycling, and he had an Omnath out. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I didn't understand. He had a great board presence. It was just, I don't know what the fuck that was going on in the decision making there.
Like I said, I think that was inadvertently stacking that king making up, because they're going to lose eventually. But in the middle of it, I don't think it was. I think that was more just like inexperienced play, which. It's funny you were talking about that, because that could be a whole topic also, as well as I think I hate that more. I hate when
not paying attention to the big threat.
Kinda, and I don't want to come down on that like someone's stupid or something, but I mean, when you see like, it's like, say someone played 2 spells on the stack, one dude played like, kill your creature, and then some dude somehow like Armageddon in response. Yeah, it's like they counter the one thing that kills their creature, but there's an Armageddon going off, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. So that's also a weird thing too. Like that conversation goes into like, when do you not listen to the board?
I don't mean to jump off topic.
No, it makes sense. But that's another thing. We could talk about that too. But when do you not listen to the board, like the rest of the players, and say, no, what the fuck are you doing? Get rid of that. And then you just keep fucking doing that.
And I feel, you know, to be fair though, too, because we all do it. We don't all do it all the time because we're like, let's play our game. I get there sometimes where someone can like do it too much, and you're like, God damn it, stop telling me what to do. But then there's a safe time where it's like, really, you're gonna kill my thing versus that. At that point, sometimes
I think that's what that situation happened over there. They countered something, and he was like, "Really?
Yeah,
this is not fucking you at all."
Yeah,
like,
because there's sometimes where it's like it almost feels personal, even though it's probably not. But like it feels like it because
that's what
like,
Wes said. He said it felt personal
because it's like, oh, I just played a rampant growth, and that dude played an omniscience. You counted my rampant growth. Yeah, it takes you over. It's like. As some shit as extreme as like that has happened, but not that situation.
Yeah, it does feel personal. So Kingmaking can really rub somebody the wrong way, and I think if you are out the door, I think you should fuck over the person that's actually winning rather than, you know, the person that's still alive. Give that person a fighting chance. Do you know what I mean? Like if you have like a remove or like a destroy or something like that, you know, or exile or destroy something on the way out, I would do that to the person who's killing me rather than the person then is not winning.
Yeah, because I said that to Wes, because Wes was like, I kind of feel not so great about it. But then he kind of made a good point where it's like, if it's us, we're just kind of fucking with each other, you know? That is what it is most time. It's like, you know, fuck you, Alex. I'm on the way out. You're all Mr. On Top. Wipe all creatures, and that's happened a lot. The wipe all creatures thing.
Yeah,
that's actually, I think that's fair. Even playing board for you fuckers, you know.
Yeah,
but like he made a good point where it's like, let's say I sat down with 3 new people who are. They've been playing Magic for like 2 years, but they're new to the shop. I can see how they could think like that's kind of a dick move. You're making this dude. You know, because the way they play Magic could be different, and they haven't been playing that long. Whether we all know each other, because I feel like if we all sat down in a pod with Max, guess who's getting dicked on the way out? Is Max. Yeah. That's like just a rule here. So that's where I told him like I can get his point on that, and Wes was all for it when it's us because we know each other and we're fucking around with each other, you know. So, but at the same time, it can kind of feel stingy because it's like because everyone's like. Man, this game's going nowhere. I'm gonna die. Here, help this person, but then they don't help the person that can make the game go quicker, and then you can shuffle up and play again. Yeah. So there's like that side of it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's a weird thing. It's super weird. I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, it's definitely something to I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. It is sometimes.
No, after he explained like that, that's where I started to be like, yeah, I can see that. Because I was more like on the fence where I was like, I kind of don't care. Because
what did he explain to you exactly?
Wes?
Yeah.
That thing where it's like if it's with friends and stuff, it's just, it's way different and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Kingmaking is even with some friends, it seems like some people get butthurt.
Sometimes, yeah. I can get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. Well, the butt hurt part. But for the most part, man, I genuinely think it's bad etiquette. So
you're saying you'd prefer someone not do it?
Yeah, there's no true benefit. You know, if someone has it in a bag and then you fuck over the dude that's standing there, or I don't even know if, I think that you have to have like a deliberate, like if someone's already popping off, like beginning to pop off, and then you try to do something to like, oh, fuck that, you know. But here's the situation. I've had an incident where I guess indeliberately, made the king by doing something like that. Maybe I remember. I think I have a vague memory of something like that, and somebody getting mad because I was like, I think they were trying to blow up all the board or something, and then do something with art. I don't know. They were trying to blow up something, like do a wipe of some sort, and then I was like, no, counter it, or some shit like that. And then they got all upset about it. Why are you doing that? I'm trying to do that. I was like, but you're fucking me too. That's not helping me.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. I have to explain that to him. It's like, obviously I'm not going to fucking tell you. It's like, hey, I'm going to deal with this. Don't play anything or don't do this. That I kind of feel like that's weird to tell somebody. Mm-hmm. Like, I have an answer for his problem, because now the player that is the threat knows that I have an answer, so he's going to try to dig me over. So there's that window where you're like, oh man, I'm not trying to make him the king, but I need you not to fucking play something stupid. So I got to deal with your answer. So I can see that someone could think I'm trying to king somebody.
Oh, I was about to say, I think I know what I'm following on this. I was like, I think I smell what you're stepping in.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Well,
like, he's trying to deal with a threat, but it's also fucking me over, which will technically make him a king, but he think he's dealing with the answer.
But that sucks. You're saying, like, you can see how people could see that and it shouldn't be seen that way?
Yeah, well, they'll see that I'm trying to king make them. It's like that Spider-Man meme where they're fucking pointing at each other, right?
Oh,
so yeah, so it's because of that. Yeah. Like, that situation is like, he thinks I'm trying to king him, the threat, but I'm not. I'm just trying to save my shit so I can deal with him correctly. What you're doing is ineffective, threat dealing. Does that make any sense?
No, yes, because that's a really good point you made, because I feel like that shouldn't be made to think that way, because that would happen all the time when someone's picking one thing to destroy. It's like, is your ore shards worse, or is that skull clamp worse?
Okay, so remember when we played that one game like a month or two ago? It was me, you, Cameron, Bill Birthing Pod.
I will try, remember.
And then I played Armageddon.
Yep. But keep going.
I played Armageddon and you to Fairies Protection. And then,
yeah.
And then Bill Birthing Pod responded with Astral Free My Pig.
Yes.
So I played that with a true intention of not knowing you guys had those cards in your hand.
Absolutely.
You weren't even playing blue. He wasn't, I think he was playing Mirren. So I was like, and Cameron was the only person that played blue, and he was fully tapped out.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is a perfect opportunity to win this game. Yeah. Because if I play Armageddon, you guys are fucked. No counter spells. I'm gonna win this because I had the board pressed.
Yep.
And then it was like, no. It was basically Bill Birthing Pot got rid of the pig, and then you to Fairies Protection, which was a bigger blow. And then I'm like, and then Cameron's chewing me out about how stupid that was. You just gave them the game.
Well, I was like, his first words
I was starting to get fucking mad because it's like, how in the fuck am I supposed to say and know that he had a Teferi's Protection?
And I even said that to him. I was like, he doesn't know I had a Teferi Protection. It's
like, how am I supposed to fucking know?
That's why you.
And that's why I got it. I was starting to get mad, and I was like, I can't fucking play games with him anymore. I'm done fucking playing games because I don't want to be in a pod with him because I don't want to explain. I thought I had this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you got fucked over. I didn't really get fucked over. I mean, you got rid of the pig. Yeah, it would have fucked him over because he said, well, he's got Ren in 6. Why would you do that? And I'm like, well, my pig doesn't care because he would have just went for fetches or whatever. He would have got 1 land per turn. So, and pig blocks off the fetches.
Yeah.
So, and then I wouldn't really matter to me. And I could have dealt with the Ren in 6 because I think that was his only thing that he had out. So then, so yeah, that was the whole thing. And I was like, he was all pissed because he thought I was giving you guys the game. No, I wasn't giving you the game.
I just don't know how that was the first thing that was thought of. It's like usually when people usually wipe lands nowadays is that people usually will have a win or two up their sleeve.
Well, I just had the board present. You guys wouldn't have. If you didn't have the Teferi's Protection and he didn't have Astro, I would have fucking mauled you guys down.
Yeah.
It would have been slow grind, but that's what that deck is. It's a stacks.
I'm pretty sure you would have gotten in 3 or 4 turns. So.
Yeah, I would have just popped whoever's the lowest one. Yeah. Keep going.
So my problem with that is it's like no one's. It comes back to the thing where God, we're getting like all over the advocacy on this, and I like it. But that comes back to like that whole thing where like no one's allowed to play Magic. Almost, it's like and like I told them yesterday. I went on a Reddit post, and this person said, "Why is it so taboo?" This guy involves what you just did. He's like, "Why is it so taboo to take or destroy lands?"
It isn't really. People just get butthurt.
They call it, it's like it's an unwritten rule. That's what you don't do in a normal community type of commander. You know, it's like how Max said he went to Odyssey and he didn't make friends because he played the land destruction deck and he played something else. So I said, and I like the other comments. Other people are like, well, pretty much it's just you're fucking with their way of playing Magic, and so people get whiny. I said because every Magic player is a sweaty fucking dude who doesn't like you ruining their plan to win, even though that's your plan to win. I said you could do anything. You could wipe all their creatures, which is the most common thing, and they'll still find a reason to bitch.
Yeah.
And I can't stand no more because it's almost like you yourself can't play Magic without someone feeling some sort of ire towards you. Now I get it if like 2 or 3 people are picking on one person, or it seems like that, but like. It's like you just can't play any type of Magic no more. It's either you play a bunch of 1/1s and swing out, or you just don't play.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like I said, I didn't understand that. Oh, and then another fucking thing. God damn. What was it? That Tony kid ends up playing the next deck, and it's the Paco deck.
Oh yeah.
I was like, God damn it. And those 2 mongoloids, Bill Birthing Pod and fucking Max, are dumb as rocks. They don't understand how Paco worked. And I was like, and the only reason I know how annoying those 2 combination partners are is because I played against you. Yeah. And they're just stupid as shit. They don't understand it. So I was like, I got nothing. And I was like, oh, I have Elish Norin and a thought pull, or no, what's it called? Is it Thought Pool?
Oh, I can think it was Thought Vessel or something.
No, I keep saying Thought Pool too. It's
Knowledge Pool.
Knowledge Pool. That artifact. And I was like, oh shit, this is gonna save us. And then I was like, all right, Knowledge Pool. And then I explained what it does. And I said, I literally say after I play it, I'm playing this so he can't do shit with the Paco.
Real quick, doesn't Knowledge Pool immediately when it comes in, you imprint 3 cards from everyone's top of their library?
No, you imprint a card from top.
Oh, it's one card?
Yep.
Okay.
So, and then they were all lands. They were actually 4 lands. And I was like, cool, keeps them off there. Bill Birthing Pod's like, I'm a caustic caterpillar it, play it. And
what?
Like, you fucking idiot. God damn. Wait, I can't play spells? They could just get tucked in there? It's like, yes, dude. But it's not to do that. You can get rid of it. Bill has nothing on the board. And guess who did not win that game? Bill did not win that game. Yeah. You know who did win? Max again. Because nobody was fucking with him. So, again, the Paco, I was trying to keep that Paco guy off guard. And then as soon as, like, they killed that, I just, like, in my head, I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots. You guys are so stupid. And Paco was like a fucking 17, and then just like, and then he had the blue dude out, and he's playing all these fucking spells. Takes an extra turn. I'm dead. Next turn, he plays. Oh no, I didn't die. I forgot what happened. I think Max might have wiped the board or something. I don't know. I can't remember. But either way, what I was trying to do is just prevent him to play the spells that were coming from exile. And then I was just like, oh my God, these guys are dumb as shit.
I have to look. So it's 6 to K. No, yeah, it is 3. Everyone exiles the top 3 cards.
Oh, is it top 3?
Yeah, but I see where you were coming from because it says whenever a player casts a spell from his or her hand.
Yep. But he can't do that.
Yeah.
Not with the blue guy, because they all have fetch counters on them, but you're playing them from exile. So he can't play him from exile.
He's playing exiles the top 3 cards whenever a player casts a spell from his or her hand.
Yeah.
Why did I think that that the spell you cast from your hand
gets exiled? It does.
Yeah, it does. But I thought it went into the knowledge pool for some reason.
It does. It does go in the knowledge pool.
No, it just says exile it.
Yeah, but then read the rest of it.
If a player does, he or she may cast another non-land card exiled with knowledge pool without paying that card's mana cost.
Exiled, see? Exiled with knowledge pool. Knowledge pool, exile your spell.
Right. That's right.
And then
okay.
you pick something else from the pool.
So I was right originally in my thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Because you keep shuffling cards back and forth, and it's fucking chaos.
Yeah, it is fucking insane.
Interesting.
I was like, that's so fucking stupid. Whatever. God damn it. I was just trying to have the Paco just not fucking play cards.
That's the problem with that deck, is usually it's not the spells you play, it's just Paco will kill you.
Oh, Paco's fucking dirty. But, you could have dealt with Paco. It was just the spells that were following up with it. That was the insane part.
Did you know that new spell, Consider? Look at the top card of your library. That card's being played in Modern.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's almost $1 card. The promo card is $7.
What?
From the packs.
What?
Yeah. And the foil is $20.
Wow. It's pretty cool.
You see what Demoliches went up to?
Who's Demoliches?
It's that skull, that floating skull. It's that mythic for 4 blue from Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah.
It's like $28.
Jesus. What the fuck does it do?
It's being played with Arc-like Phoenix. This spell costs blue less for each instant or sorcery spell you've cast this turn.
It costs a blue less, so it's free.
Yeah,
essentially.
And then whenever Demolish attacks, exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard, copy it. You may cast the copy.
Oof.
And then you may cast Demolish from your graveyard by exiling 4 instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard. So if you cast it there and you have 8 instances, you got rid of the 4. Demolish is still free.
What's his power and toughness?
It is a 4/3.
4/3. Oh.
So you have a 4/3 and a 3/2. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't have flying or nothing like that.
It's just a 4/3. Oh, that's still good.
This deck just runs 4 Arc Lights and 4 Demolishes.
Wow, and a bunch in instant sorceries.
Gut Shot, Lightning Bolt, Thought Scour, Manamorphose, Faithless Salvaging, Faithless Mending, and Consider. Wow, that Faithless Mending is almost $2.
Faithless Mending?
It's a new card from Innistrad for white and blue. Gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, and discard 2 cards. I can see why they like that.
Oh, yeah. And it's got flashback, right?
Yep. That flashback is not. It's 3.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I got dicked down pretty hard on that.
Wow.
Arena.
Wow. It runs 2 Chalice of the Voids, and those are $74 a pop.
Oof. Man, they gone right back up.
So, yeah, guys, if you pull Considers, I'd keep those.
Yeah. They're double deuces, homie.
That's almost better. That's way better than Opt.
Yeah. You
In
look
that
at the
deck,
top card?
In that deck, yeah.
You just dump it.
Yeah,
and then draw
dump
card.
it. Fuck.
Yeah. It's pretty poop.
It's pretty poop.
Is it, though? Is it better than Opt? I guess if you want your graveyard.
In that, yeah. In that situation.
Yeah. Let's see what's up. So, Kingmaking. Bad juju. If you were being a butthole.
There was something that was...
If you accidentally make somebody a king, because the person that's trying to be a fish, or the person... You also got to understand that, too. I think if someone's accidentally making somebody the king because they have no understanding how to play the fucking game, should not get that against them. You know what I mean? Should not be a penalty. It's like, I think this is going to solve the answer, but it's actually fucking you and that other person, and then you retaliate, but like, you dumb motherfucker, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. So the problem, there was something I was wanting to say, and I cannot fucking remember it. When it had to come off. It had to come off that, but I can't remember it. So
you get node.
Yeah, I am. Well, we kind of piggybacked off 2 things, and I saw the pricing on that. So
yeah,
but all in all, my problem lately, and it has to come off that.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just kind of like rounding it out from what you're saying and from what we said. It just feels like more than ever. And we've been playing Commander for quite a while. You a bit longer than me, but like, you just can't do anything anymore without getting heat, no matter what.
Yeah, that's true, man.
And I thought about this yesterday. And I was sitting with. I don't want to keep saying so. I was sitting with a certain individual we've already mentioned, and I was getting asked questions as to why I was doing things, and I'm just getting tired of explaining myself.
Yeah.
In any game, I'm just really getting tired of it. Like, there's been almost times now, twice this week, that we've played a pickup game or something. I'm just like, I didn't buy these cards for you to tell me how to play Magic.
That's true.
And that's just the end part. Like, I get there's certain scenarios where it's absolutely fine to have constructive talking about like why you should kill that and blah blah blah. But like most of the time, 80% of the time, like I bought this shit so I can play the themes I want, and I want to play the things that are fine and they're not banned, and that's even a whole nother conversation. I didn't buy this shit for you to tell me how to play the fucking game.
Yeah, man.
It's like
hey audience, I want you guys to remember this. So if Aaron ever tells me, why'd you do that? Or why are you doing that? Because I want to play. I want to play like I want to play. But
hold on. I'm not gonna lie. I don't ever do that now and again. We all do that. But half the time,
like in Aaron's word,
I'm more like, well, what'd you do?
You always dogging me, man. Or you're dogging me.
Oh my god.
You're a dog. You're dogging me. I was like, okay.
All right, I'm gonna keep doing that now. I'm gonna do that just to annoy you now. You're gonna be like, "Hey, man, you look a little tired. Why are you dogging me, dog? Get off me, dog."
God damn it!
You'd be like, "Aaron, you look good today, dog. Fucking stop dogging me about my good looks."
Dogging me, man.
I'm just gonna do it for everything.
Who was dogging me, dog? Damn. But no, so yeah, man. Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know.
To cap it off, though, I can see why. I totally understand when you said it and Wes said it, where it's like, I don't care for the Kingmaking.
Yeah, that's
because the more we've actually talked about it, the more I'm starting to be like, yeah, it kind of is a kind of.
It happens with very inexperienced players. I think it's very common.
Yeah,
it's very common.
I agree.
And just people that actually don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, I think maybe that's mostly happens with inexperienced players. I think the Kingmaking, unless you're a spiteful piece of shit, you just like decide, just like, oh no, fuck it, I'm just gonna let you win that way. I'm gonna help you out. They're blue, and then you're like, oh, why'd you do that? I was like, I don't know. He's gonna win. I'm like, you fucking bitch. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that said,
yeah, hopefully I'll remember the other thing I wanted to segue to.
So I want to get something on my chest.
Is it poop?
Nope. So, and I mean this with. Nope. Hold on. I gotta say it first. This is a call out. To that punk ass motherfucker that called me up the other day here at the store.
Oh my god.
Talking about real CDH players here at this store. We waited. We came. And your ass didn't show up. If you're listening now up there, I want you to show up, homie. We ain't gonna fight you. Ain't gonna be no fights. I was really expecting you to show up, you know, kind of put new sleeves on my deck so it gets that fresh ass whooping coming out. So, and you didn't show up. You know, I'm really disappointed in you. You know, so because I guess you were traveling 50 miles to give somebody an ass whooping in Grand Rapids, but you won't travel like. I'm just trying to curious, like 45 miles. He said 45 miles, 50 miles. I was like, that's a big fucking range. Like, where you living?
Yeah,
living in the lake.
Is he just trying to be the undisputed CDH champ in his 50-mile radius?
He's looking for real CDH players to play Magic with. Sit down in a pod.
Well, it's funny though. You're like, what was it? You or Max or someone said, well, maybe it's good that this guy can come because we had long ECDH games.
Yeah, we did. It was bad. It was really bad. Even I think. See, that's the funny thing. I think my decks are most stacky. They're very controlled. So that was a big problem. But no, hey, dude, show up. Get your ass whooped. I don't want to get sidetracked from this. This motherfucker did call me up talking about play CDH, real CDH playing, because he felt bad because he won against some newbies in Grand Rapids. Like, I don't even know what the fuck. Then he like I genuinely don't understand how the fuck do you think you was doing stuff. Like, I don't understand. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody? Okay.
No, I know. I get what you mean.
It's just like, what? Shut the fuck up. Get out of here. But either way. But for the most part, man, yeah. I mean, show up, punk. need to see you here. But either way, so going back to what you said. What did you say just a minute ago?
What did I say?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It had to do with the dude.
Yeah, the dude. We talked about the dude, how you punk, and then the long. Oh no. So yeah, I think so. Most of my decks, I think they're very control-y. Like that makes any sense. Maybe I should be a punk ass and just make Nagila, not Nagila. Yeah, Nagila. So I have like a Nagila deck.
But then you'll be part of all the other sweaties that play Nagila.
They are pretty sweaty.
Go to for my CDH.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one that plays Razmi CDH deck, and
that's why I guess I can't get behind it because it's like
I got that pig. The pig's really good. They were saying that how fucking terrible the pig is. It's like, yeah.
I think you're a different breed of CDH to where it's like you play more decks that I don't see that are like the top things to play in CDH.
Yeah, the other ones are the typical combo. I swear to God, I put an Angel's Grace in there, and I'm like, last night when Max was trying to make me draw my deck, I was like, I got an answer. And it's like, what answer? And then Cameron chimed in to say something. I was like, shut the fuck up. You heard me say that to him because I was annoyed by him. I was like, God damn it, I have an answer. And I was like, oh, I did not put it in the deck. I swear to God, I had an Angel's Grace, and I was like, oh man, yeah, this saves. Well, because that's the only thing that I can, like, if I go against the stack, it's green-white, right? Mm-hmm. But the only thing that actually helps me is the one spell per turn guys. So you have those. So I have 3 of those in the deck.
Yeah.
Just so he can't, like, Thassa's Oracle into the pack, because he can only play 1 spell.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 of those in the deck. And then I want to put the Angel's Grace in there so I can, if that does happen, I can cast Angel's Grace. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So they can't.
Was that what I heard when you guys were like arguing about the split second bullshit?
Yeah, he didn't understand. He was a fucking retard. That's Max, by the way. He's the retard.
With all due respect.
Yep. All due respect. But yeah, he didn't understand. He's like, oh no, I can still make it. No, you can't add anything on the stack. No, I can add it on the stack. No, you cannot add a stack. No, I mean,
yeah,
I can still respond to that, right? I was like, no, you cannot add anything on the stack.
My problem with that is that people they play split second, but they won't read what it says on the fucking card.
But so the funny thing is, like, he had the understanding of split second because he told me, he's like, what are you going to draw into a K grip? That's the only thing that's going to save you. I'm like, and I almost said something to him. I was like, how do you understand Crows in grip, the split second, but you don't understand Angel's Grace?
Yeah.
With the split second. I was like, what? Because he didn't understand that losing the game's a trigger. He thought it was a triggered ability. No, that's part of the word. I don't lose the game this turn.
That's, yeah, a bit odd.
It was fucking weird.
Because, like, we had a game, too, and I was like, am I going to have to drop some knowledge on this dude? Because you guys were arguing a little bit for it. And Cameron or the person that was across from me, I can't remember, played something with split second. And I sacked something to Fireson Tower. And you can do that because it's a mana ability. And I did that before. I think he was trying to take control of my creature or something. So I sacked it.
Yeah.
I was like, you can do that? I was like, yeah, it's a mana ability. It's like, it literally says that no spells or activate abilities can go on the stack. Doesn't say anything about triggered abilities. That's why, like I said there.
Triggered abilities you can do.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you threw Max into a loop. That's even, you threw into another fucking roller coaster with no safety belts on. Because he thought though when you can't lose the game was a triggered ability.
Yeah, I even gave him a weird look too because I'm like, you play that card, dude. I'm like,
threw something. He's like, oh man, he was. So
it's not an O-ring.
For a second,
it's not an O-ring. It's a fucking spell effect.
God damn it! I was like, you said triggered abilities, and he was like, yeah. How's that a triggered ability? It's a triggered ability. You just like, God damn it, Max.
And again, I'm not calling him I'm calling him a dummy in the friend aspect, not like he's super dumb, because we all have those dumb blonde moments, whatever you want to call it. But I was like, really, dude, you play this fucking card. If you've been playing this thing, this is a triggered ability this whole time. I got some news for you, friend.
Shit. God. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, man. For the most part, it was dookie games, man.
Dookie.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to play with Rajmi, but I ended up playing with that.
That deck just seems fun, just still.
No.
Rajmi is just a fun card.
I told him that. I was like, it's a slow and grindy deck. It is.
But that's what I love about that you made that. It's you're like, these people who want to win super quick, unless you win like turn 2 or turn 3, get ready for a long game. It's like,
oh, she is a long one.
You just went the opposite way, and that's why. And again, that's why I love
Bill
Commander.
Bill Birthing Pot is like, do you even got a win con? I was like, I actually have 2. Because all I hear is about the bitching. Man, that Balanced Realm. Every time I play that game, it's a fucking auto win.
Can we talk about that real quick? I noticed that, and I noticed you get that heat a lot. And I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but in side conversations, I've defended you quite a bit about that. But why is that a fucking question? Why is that like a question? Why is that? Did you have a win con there? What the fuck does
they
it
never
matter?
asked Mass that?
Like,
and he's actually more of a grindy player than I am.
Yeah, I'm just like, because Cameron's asked that to you a lot, and I've heard Bill ask that, not to be the first. I'm like, what is it? If I was just, what does it fucking matter?
Yeah,
I'm playing Commander. Do you not want to play? Guess what? You can scoop it anytime.
Yep.
And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm trying to be a little more aggressive.
I've never asked anybody that. I just play Magic.
No,
it's weird. It's a weird fucking question.
If I ask, it's because I'm just legitimately curious. Like, hey, cool. What kind of win cons you got in that deck? Like that. But when you ask it like that, it's like, dude, I'm playing Commander. Like, shut the fuck up. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's a very weird question, man. It's almost insulting. It's like, what are you doing? It's like,
yeah, like I said, depending how it's asked.
Don't worry about what I do.
Like Tony, I'd ask him, like, what's your win con?
Winning your game?
What's your win cons in Paco? Because I'm legitimately curious, because I play Paco. I won with Paco.
I don't think I think it's just Paco.
That's what I'm saying.
Just shitting. Yeah, that fucking thing is a beast.
Because my Paco was that plus copy spells, because I'm going to try and play your shit. And I want to copy them. I just threw it as a theme.
I think those two guys are a win con.
They're
like by far those two partners are stupid good.
Those cards shouldn't be $1.
Yeah, so like if you look at Tymna and like Thrasios.
Oh.
If you look at Tymna and Thrasios combination, it really isn't. Those partners aren't.
They're
like
just good colors and good commanders.
Yeah, good colors. Yeah. That's all they are.
And you typically play training grounds and stuff for your Thrasios.
Yeah, so like but I'm just saying, like, as partners, as a commander by themselves, the Paco and the other ones are definitely the win con. I'm gonna play your shit.
The synergy on it is
like,
really good.
Sin Triplets is also a win con. It's just like, I'm gonna play your shit.
Yep.
So you got some commanders they're like that. Even the first Sliver, or just, Sliver Overlord. If you think of just like massive, Corvo by itself, he's a win con by itself. Chillane.
Yep.
Not Chillane. Chillane needs assistance.
Chillane is the engine that powers the win to that deck.
Yeah.
As of Corvo can just be out and you just play any card.
Sack, draw a card. But like Kindreth, he's a good one. Urza, he's a good one.
I've always wanted to make a Kinrith deck, but everyone now is kind of making Kinrith. So
yeah,
it's just like Marin. I've always wanted to make Marin, but there's 2 ways you make it: super budget or super competitive. And everyone now not so much, but it used to be at this shop. Everyone and their mother had a Marin deck.
Is there a card out there that punishes people for playing multicolored creatures?
I want to say yes. I want to say there might be some old shit that might do it. But I know there's like certain situational checks. Like there's that one that says exile multicolored card for one.
I thought there was like maybe an enchantment or artifacts and it like dicks down multicolored creatures. Like multicolored
spells or creatures?
Spells. Or even permanents.
I was trying to Google something, but it just says what are all the punishing cards and which ones are the best. That's it.
Okay, never mind. I think I'm gonna bring back Vandal Blast. I think that's gonna be a thing in my deck.
I never see Vandal Blasts anymore.
All right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that yesterday when I was seeing so many fucking artifacts, just to blow them out. It's like fuck you, boom. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start playing. I'm gonna throw them in my decks now. Suck it, y'all. Don't play. Play Mana Dorks. Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, man, that's the collective of last night's Commander decks, Commander games, well, my experience. And then, man, my decks were doing a dookie last night.
Mine were too.
Ooh, my God. I just like one of the first games, I mulliganed like 3 times on that when I was playing that Ink Master guy. The uncommon commander.
Oh, gotcha.
The Ink, whatever his name.
Yeah.
Ink Stylist? No, Ink something. But either way, when I was playing, it was just like I was having all the lands of the opposite color that I was in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I was drawing nothing but swamps, and I had a grip full of nothing but fucking white cards. Fucking Wes laughed at me because he thought it was so funny. I was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, man. I scooped. I was like, I think I did 2 more turns, didn't draw a land, and then I was like, I'm done. All right, you guys go play. Because I hate that. Like that's the most annoying thing about the game. Like when your deck is not, it doesn't have to like top perform. That's not the idea. It's just when it's just fucking dicking you over and laughing.
Yeah.
And just like, you really?
That's what happened when I played Grist twice yesterday. I was telling Max that it's like I either drew no lands or I drew all lands in both my games. Nothing in the middle.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm always like more lenient to keep the bare minimum lands and draw into it type of guy. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
what I prefer, actually. I think
maybe overlands. I've seen games where I've drawn nothing. I've started off with like fucking 5 lands and 2 cards, and I'm like, I could do this and just land and just land.
Well, the risk feels better when you keep like a 2-lander and everything in your hands, like 3.
Yeah.
Even like a mana rock, you're like, I just need that one land. Yeah, you're like, boom. Yeah. You're like, yeah, let's fucking go. Yeah. But then, like, if you keep like a 5-land hand and you're like, I got like 2-3 drops, and you keep drawing land, it feels fucking worse.
It's the god damn. Oh, that sucks so bad.
It's truly the worst.
Yeah, no interaction, just drawing fucking land like a fucking butthole. Yeah. And you've already like fetched and all this shit. Yeah, man. It's kind of dookie. Dookie, man. Duke. All right. But anything else you want to mention?
No, I mean, we can go all day about etiquette type stuff, but hey, we haven't talked about etiquette type stuff in a long time with Commander. I just went in. The last thing I went in with that is just remember, it's just a game. Unless someone's punching you in the dick or, really picking on you, then yeah, say something, but do it in a constructive manner. But let people play Commander. Like this is why bans happen and shit like that, because people just get so butthurt about shit. If someone's gonna win, shuffle up and play again. But like, just don't tell people how they should play. If you want to be constructive about it, be like, hey, my vote was that this is the better play, but you do you, bro, because this is your game.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think there's a lot to it, I guess.
There's a way to. My point is if you're going to be like that, where you want to have your input on everyone's decision, at least be constructive about it and don't be overbearing, because there's a limit to it. After a while, I'm just be like, you know what? Don't tell me. Let me play. Let me do my own thing. If I fucking lose because I chose the wrong thing, then I learned something. But there's a difference when 3 people at the table are telling you, no, don't get fucking rid of that. Even though a person, he's like, yeah, you should get rid of this. I say that all the time. I'm like, no, don't get rid of that. Get rid of this.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then you got those true people who are like, nope, I already made my targets.
Oh,
I'm like, you a real baller.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. Those guys just committed, even though they fucked up. They're just like, oh, fuck. All right, we're gonna do it. But yeah, man, I could see where Kingmaking gets frustrating. If you do it deliberately, that's of a really dick move, and I think it's bad no. I mean, you're just being a butthole. But if you indeliberately do it, and then I would, man, yeah, then that could be more forgiven. I think people maybe should explain to the other person before they fucking do it. Or maybe someone should say, hey, I'm about to blow his board up. Is this going to fuck everybody?
About to blow his bowels.
Yeah, so, and then that kind of should be the question. It's like, if I do this, will that fuck everybody else? And everybody's like, yes, it will. It's like, okay, I guess. Yeah, because that's the thing is, like, I guess maybe it's the excuse that someone would say, well, I'm trying to slow them down. But yeah, you're fucking us too. It's like, but at that point, do you not do that though? Because they're technically your opponents too. It's not just, you're not just 3v1. It's mostly like, hey, I'm a little bit of dicking them over, but everybody else is getting shit on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I see where that's the Kingmaking. Is that poor assessment, or is that? How would you do that? If you get somebody who's like the biggest threat, right? And he's got a really fucking solid ground, and you just get him, you knock him from like 100% win rate, he's gonna win. You know, if in a couple turns, like one or two, maybe can't kill everybody the turn that you're passing it to him, and he'll probably win the next one after it. Do you knock him down to like 60 to 50% win rate on the outcome of that game, and you pretty much knock everybody else down to 10 to 30%?
So let me make sure I'm understanding this right. So are you saying to avoid this? Are you saying to avoid this?
So you're not really gonna cripple the threat. You're just kind of like stalling them a couple turns, maybe more. You know what I mean? You're not really hurting too bad.
Okay.
So you're knocking him down to like the win percentage was always going to be 100. He's at 100%. He's going to win if I pass, right? Or if he doesn't win that round, this pass, he's going to win the following win, right?
Okay.
And he's most likely going to try to kill you or something. So would you play a spell that would semi-hurt him, so going from 100% to like 50 to 60% of a win rate chance for this game, and then if you do that, then you fuck everybody else over on the board?
No,
you wouldn't do that.
No, I'm sorry, I would.
You would do that?
It depends on the situation. Because it's like it's what's the lesser of two evils, and that would be it. I could do something that doesn't.
But that's technically still trying to king them, though.
Well, that's why I said way earlier. I said anything could be acknowledged as kingmaking, and okay. I think really what kingmaking really is literally, you're out of this game in a turn or two, or even then, and then you do something to put someone on top. In that position, though, because it is close, and people could be like, "Oh, we're all out of this game because he's going to win next turn." Well, I have something that's going to fuck him over, but it's going to fuck you guys. Most of the time, the reason why I say it's not kingmaking and it's fine is most of the time in my situation, people have always been like, "Okay, do it." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, you're going to lose your creatures." And like, sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, that fucking sucks." I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry, I'm doing it. I want to try and win the game. Everyone wants to, so I'm going to do this to really fuck him." And yeah, sure, it fucks you guys. I'm sorry. What I don't like about that, though, is how when someone else will come back at me with like, "Oh, here's 12 infect." Well, I just stopped him from winning, which made you progress the game as well, too. And you want to come at me with that when you could go at him when he still has what you're talking about, the 50, 60% win chance. It's like, why would you? That makes no sense to me. It feels like you're doing it more out of spite versus you didn't see my actual smart play, So, but at the same time, he's got his I don't know what's in his hand and blah blah blah. Where it really fucking sucks is when they have no hand or they have one card and I'm like, I'm not gonna count on you, because we always ask that, right? Does anyone have a way to fuck this guy over? We always ask that.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest, most common question we ask here is, does anyone have an answer for that? And I'll be like, I do. You're not gonna like it though. So I shouldn't get spite for that because I'm doing what you ultimately wanted. I'm stopping him from winning so we can still keep playing. But if you want to shuffle up and play again, I won't do it.
Okay.
So to answer your question, yes, I would do it, and I get it can do a bit of kingmaking, but at the same time, I don't think it would, because you're trying to put everyone else at an even playing field, even though he may still have some ball or card on the field or something still.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, though. You're part of the solution that everyone wants at the table. You're not part of the problem. And that's where I think people need to take away from that.
Yeah, forward, man. That's nice. Good talk. Yeah. Yeah, that seems very touchy situation. So maybe we should put another code of conduct on that board there. The last one should be stay the fuck out of somebody else's game and don't suggest anything to their decks. Or don't ask them why they're playing something.
Yeah.
Maybe no, or just stay the fuck out of somebody's game.
Yes and no. Well, I was gonna say the stay the fuck out. I was like, so
because that's starting to get upset me. Just like, shut the fuck up, dude. You're not in this game.
Well,
don't worry about it.
So I don't know how irked you were, but I could tell it seemed like an Justin thought is that like he played that card. You played that card where all 4 cards and you pick 2 and shuffle them. And since it's open information, I'm gonna give my opinion. Okay. I mean, we all do it. You do it. Okay. Everyone does it. But I totally understand that it can be frustrating because you picked him, but he'll ultimately make the choice, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's fair being it's open information for everyone if they want to give their opinion. And then, because here's the thing about that is it gives you more of a presence to be like, okay, I'll remember that motherfucker. You helped him choose that. Okay, I got my eye on you too. But it's open information. Now, if it's closed information, if he's just like, hey, what should I do? I was like, dude, that's not part of the resolution of the spell. It's not open information.
I get that it's open information, but it's not open for an opinion.
I guess.
It's not open for opinion one bit. You're not making the choice. It's not saying, hey, you and this other player that you did not choose should discuss.
I get that, but then it goes on the same realm of what we were talking about earlier about how when someone targets something, kills it, and then we all freak out being like, you shouldn't be fucking killing that. You should be killing that. It's the exact same thing. And then people will be like, you know what, you're right. I'll do that. That happens so many fucking times. And we all have gotten, because we're like, oh no, you're going back on it just because of what some dude said. But that's where we're lax and casual about it. And it's the exact same thing.
Is it though?
It absolutely is.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But again,
most of the typical time, it just like people targeting something, let it resolve is, I think that's in your group of people who you play with. And I think if someone targets something like that and they just picked it, I would say, why the fuck are you picking that? And then be like, you should have picked that.
And there's a lot of
times. I'm not for that guy to change his target.
But then there's 3 other people in the group that may be about it, and then he's all about because he.
But that's shitty. Fucking, that's us for playing shitty Magic.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's not right.
That's why
that's not right in general, because it's not right, because if I fucked up in that situation and then says, why are you fucking targeting me? Most of the time I always tell them why. I'm like, this is because that's gonna fucking get me over.
Yeah. That
I can kind of deal with, and I'm not really worried about that. I get that it's hitting you up, but not fucking with me.
Yeah.
So why do I care?
Well, I agree with you on that. Where
that psychic vortex thing situation, we could have got rid of, and they just didn't worry about have to deal with my stack pieces.
Mm-hmm.
That made no fucking sense to me, because that was fucking everybody over, and when it was gone, they realized how fucked up they was.
Yeah.
So I was like, that set us back three lands. I'm like, yeah, of course. In CDH, that's fucking amazing.
Well, that's what I agree with.
Because you run low mana curves shit with mana rocks.
That's why I agree. So, I agree with you. Where if you make that decision, no matter what is like, if you're like, kill that, you sure? Yes. Then you should be a man or woman of your convictions and just do that. Yeah. But that's why I said I understand I understand the frustration with that. The reason why I'm saying this now is my problem is people who aren't in that fucking Commander game. That's where I have the problem, is where they're not in the fucking game and they're helping blah, blah, blah. And I get
that's what I said, over the table. Stay in your game. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I thought. Well, then you said something about.
Nope.
No, you said something about the last thing. Let them play their hand or whatever. Let them play their game.
No, yeah.
I thought
let a person don't be like, why are you doing that?
That's what I'm saying. You're talking about inside the game with the current 4 players, right?
No, questioning why you're making decisions. Like, let people make their decisions.
With your play group that you're playing with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about players who aren't in that play group and who want to come into the game, who haven't been playing the game.
I said
at all.
that too.
Oh, I didn't hear that. That's
fucking
my
animal.
Sorry, but then that part. Yes, I absolutely agree.
Stay at your own game.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep.
And then don't like stop asking people how they fucked up. Why are you doing? Or like, there's a better. You could have done this.
Yeah.
You could have done that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
That actually, there's only one person that's really bad about that, and it's really that's not really a bad thing. We don't really have to deal with a lot unless somebody's getting digged over. There's only like one person that just doesn't know how to fucking stay in their own realm.
Well, it's funny. This will be my last thing because I know we're kind of running over time, but because you said it reminded me of it. Remember that game I was playing over there, and then I got frustrated about something, and it wasn't like I was mad. I just got frustrated, and I came over here and you asked me, you're like, "Hey, what happened to that game, man?" I don't know if you remember. It was like a 5-6 player game. I was telling you Jacob was going off. He was like going off with a combo or whatever, and Kevin kept asking. Well, Kevin kept asking what I got frustrated about, and this kind of has to do with it. Kevin kept asking, "How's that combo working? How's that combo working?" Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, this is how it works, blah, blah. And Cameron explained it one time. And then Kevin's like, well, what if we do this? What if we do this? What if we do this? I was like, Kevin, you're tapped out. You can't do anything. I said, and I even said, do you have a free spell to play? He goes, no. I was like, okay. Everyone else understands it. Let him play Magic because we're literally sitting here for 5-8 minutes. It really, really was talking about a hypothetical thing that has not happened yet. And Jacob just keeps going like this and looking up and like this. Because he can't think straight, and he even said that after a moment. He goes, "I'm trying to do this, but I just can't think straight because everyone's talking." I'm like, let him play his fucking turn.
Yeah,
like if you can't do, it's like.
I mean, but that's just talking out loud. He's just talking out loud,
and I get that. That's why I'm like,
yeah. Like if you're not, I can't blame that. I can't blame. I couldn't get mad at that because if he's talking out loud, that's fine. Jacob being a tard ass that can't just keep playing the game knowingly well, he gave you saying he doesn't have any free spells. You can't interact and just play your own game like that. It's like, well,
but the game was at a standstill because we were asking hypothetical questions when we could have just advanced it and let him play his turn.
I guess
because I was like, are we gonna play Magic or not? Like we keep asking hypothetical stuff, and Cameron had to explain it like 3 times or 4 times. And then Max is like, well, what if I had something to do? I was like, then that's fine. You know how the process works. Kevin did it. And you kept chiming in even more to hold the game up. So I was just like, right, I'm scooping, dude. If you guys are going to talk about a card that hasn't even resolved yet, or that he's like doing to resolve and he hasn't finished it yet, why don't you wait until he gets the cards and you see the combo and then maybe ask questions? That was my point. So I was like, it was a 10-minute 1 spell turn.
Okay.
And I was just like, guys, like, come on.
You just get mad about some crazy shit, man.
My point is I was like, let the man play his fucking turn. He play his spells.
I get that you make out with Jacob. It's fine, man. That's your girlfriend. You can't.
You mean you really are a fucker?
You get offended, man. Talking about your boo like that.
And that's the podcast. Yeah, okay,
so, leave my boo alone.
No,
I got to do the right thing.
I was just saying, I didn't care about like protecting him or anything. I just cared I'm sitting here ready for the fucking game to progress, and it wasn't progressing.
Well, I guess. I feel like you use that word a lot.
What?
Progression.
I
feel like you got taught that word.
Keep the game going.
I feel like you got taught that word, and you just kind of run with it. It's like, yeah, this is a shiny little toy.
Yeah, the doctor said to my mom, look how far he's progressing. And then she's like, look how far you're progressing. I'm like, progressing.
Get a tattoo on your chest. Progression.
Yeah, everyone's like, why don't you work for Progressive? Because I said it's not called progressing.
No.
All right.
That's terrible. Yep.
All right,
man. That's the podcast.
Good next podcast.
Hey, next time I'll talk about Eastward and my experience with it.
Oh, your game. Oh, the new game.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I love it.
Q intro. No, sorry. Q outro.
Boom 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 boom.
Do you know in Star Wars they can't the lasers? Did I tell you about that yesterday? Or they were talking about Star Wars.
pew.
That the lasers make no sense.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, in space?
Yeah, we can't talk about that. We gotta go.
Why?
Because
you're a fucking hater, man.
No, they can't. They signed.
Oh, we were watching the Star Wars Vision thing like the other day, and then Aaron's just like taking a dump on this anime, and it's fake, right, guys? It's just straight up.
But it's in the Star Wars universe.
Aaron's a punk ass hater, so he doesn't like Star Wars because he's not an American.
I do. I just think it's way overdone.
He's what we call a Russian communist. So communists don't like Star Wars.
Well, this is a whole. No,
I'm just saying,
we got to say this for next time.
It's true. It's true. Communists.
I want a good
not
episode.
Like Star Wars.
Well,
you know why? Because it's fucking America.
Well, we'll talk.
We're in fucking space first, motherfucker.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, we'll talk about the Star Wars and Eastward.
Okay, whatever.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.